congratulations on your awards today. As we'll speak about, it's an award ceremony that we at Cronulla High School
Good morning, students, teachers, and everyone watching from home. My name is Charlie.
And my name is Gus. And we are here for the 2021 Class Captains Cronulla High School. We would both like to welcome you to the EDGE Assembly. We now ask you to please stand for the National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
We'll now have the welcome to country from Cassie.
We want to acknowledge the Darrell speaking people, the traditional custodians of the land upon which we are gathered today. We pay our respects to their families and their elders past and present.
The EDGE Assembly is to congratulate students from Years 7 to 9 on their efforts, dedication, grit and enthusiasm. Please be seated.
Although these students may not be the top of their class, they have shown consistent effort in their studies and have strived to do their best.
I would now like to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Nicholas Watkins, the 2008 Cronulla High School captain.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nick Watkins, and I graduated from Cronulla High in 2008, a time where I had a lot more hair, a few more pimples, and in hindsight, absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with my life. In fact, this is the first time I've been back since, and it's invoking a lot of memories, some extremely positive and some less so, but all important in shaping who I am today. This morning, I'm here to recognise and congratulate you for displaying some of the most important attributes I believe a person can have: effort, determination, grit, and enthusiasm. This is because no matter your aspirations or fears or what life throws at you, actively embodying these traits will make you better prepared for and get the most value out of all of life's experiences. It is these experiences that I want to focus on for the next few minutes. Before we start, however, I want to stress I'm far from perfect and I still haven't figured it all out. This isn't a hear how good I am sort of speech, but everyone loves a life hack. So if you only take one thing away from today, it is this: there is something to be gained from every experience. Like everyone else, my first 3 years of high school taught me a lot of lessons. Some I learned instantly, others took years to sink in. I'd come from Bundo Primary, where I was a relatively big fish in a relatively small pond, and I learned very quickly that I wasn't as cool as I thought I was. For a while, I got pretty average grades, and I learned I wasn't as smart as I acted. And I got my first girlfriend, where I quickly learned I wasn't as good at kissing as I'd hoped. I was an arrogant brat in Year 8, and I learned far too slowly that sometimes biting your tongue is more valuable than running it. It's something my dad still thinks I'm learning today. Fortunately, I started finding my feet in Year 9. There were still many things in the world that I didn't understand. I didn't know what electives I wanted to take, let alone what I wanted to be when I grew up. It's a time where everything seems so momentous. The fight you had with your friends, the exams last week, what to wear on Mufti Day. However, I soon realised the more that I experienced, the more I could put things into perspective. the less uncertainty there would be, and the closer I would get to finding what made me happy. This is the first time I can recall having a vague understanding of how important it is to look at every experience as an opportunity. Now, it wasn't a light bulb moment in the movies. It's not a silver bullet that has fixed all of my problems, nor is it a life motto that I live perfectly every day. But I started to change the way I approach things. It wasn't so much that I loved school, but I loved being better than I was the day before. School helped me learn, learning helped me be better. Therefore, I could use school to improve myself. I began changing the way I perceived certain things so that they became relevant to what I was interested in. My mum used to drag me out of bed at 4:15, 4 mornings a week to go swim training. I'd pretend I was sick. I'd tell her I hated swimming and that I hated her, and I'd pray that the car wouldn't start. And she'd always respond, "You'll thank me one day. There's more to be learned from this than just swimming." I'm pretty stubborn, and she's not here, so I guess I'll admit it. But she was right. The experience taught me discipline, that things aren't always as hard as you think, and when they are, you can overcome them. It paved the way for opportunities in life that I could never have foreseen back then. By the end of school, I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I finished with pretty solid grades and ended up studying 2 degrees, one in psychology, one in commerce. This is despite the fact that I never wanted to be a psychologist, but I was becoming fascinated by other people, about how our motivations and our perspectives can be so varied. No matter where I ended up, I wanted to understand how to make more meaningful connections with others. Although uni offered a ton of new experiences, I found myself stuck in a rut. I was lost again and I wasn't sure where I wanted to be. So for 9 months, I did nothing but study, worked 3 jobs and barely saw my friends. But I saved enough and moved to the United States. For me, moving to another country was the single best thing I've ever done. It took me out of my comfort zone, forced me to be brave, to speak with strangers and to learn from the opinions of others. This was the light bulb moment, and I promised myself, above all else, I would experience all that I could as often as I could. Because if I didn't, I would be missing opportunities and letting myself down. I now have 3 degrees and I've lived in 4 countries. I've represented Australia in water polo, I've skied in Japan and ridden camels through the Middle East. I've been medevaced out of Indonesia, worked in a scuba shop in Italy, with engineers in Chile, and with Olympic athletes in Australia. I've been shown incredible kindness by strangers when I had no right to expect any, and I have friends all around the world who would open their doors to me in a heartbeat. I've been able to do all of these things not because I was the smartest student or the best athlete or because I'm lucky, but because I found a way to feed my own enthusiasm and because I wasn't scared to put in effort. I consider myself extremely fortunate, but I'm not special and there's no trick. Every one of you sitting here today are already miles ahead of where I was at your age. Today, school isn't your only tool either. With Netflix and podcasts and the ability to network with people across the world, there really isn't much you can't explore or experience if you really want to. Want to be a lawyer? Good, go for it. Prefer to work with your hands? Cool, go get a trade. More interested in music? Play on. If you want to do something, go for it, but be prepared to work hard because most things aren't going to be easy. Michael Jordan didn't win a championship for 7 years after entering the NBA. Ed Sheeran was homeless for 2.5 years. And J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before anyone printed the first Harry Potter. Keep showing determination to chase what you care about. Practice humility and learn from others. Consider every experience an opportunity to improve. Ultimately, you're the one who is empowered to do all of this. Congratulations and well done on your achievements, not just for this year, but for the years to come.
I'd like to thank Nicholas for coming today. That was very inspirational. We'll now have the Year 7 EDGE Awards, announced by Year 7 Advisor, Mr. Kelly, and presented by our Principal, Mr. Ibrahim.
Good morning, students, parents, and grandparents and other family members watching at home. It's been a tough year for everyone, but I think we should all spare a thought for Year 7, who've had a pretty tough initiation into high school, lots of challenges and ups and downs. So it's fantastic to see, and I'm very proud to see so many recipients of EDGE Awards this year, despite these challenges. Congratulations to the following Year 7 students. Lucy Aitken for Computing Studies, Maths, Science and Home Economics. Jamie Allen Monteith, Computing Studies, HSIE, Maths, PDHP, Science, Home Economics, Visual Arts. Scarlett Allsop-Lander, Computing Studies, English, Geography, Maths, PDHPE. Summer Anderson, Computing Studies and Home Economics. Bonnie Angus Patterson, English, Music, PDHPE, Home Economics and Visual Arts. Ava Atfield, English and History. Harmony Barry, HSIE and Music. Lily Bell, History. Ethan Blanning, Computing Studies, Maths and Industrial Arts. Joel Blanning, Computing Studies, English and Home Economics. And Liam Blanning, Maths, Science and Home Economics. Cooper Boone for Science. Gemma Booth, Maths. Lucy Botska, Geography, Maths and Music. Lucy Bowen, History, Technology, Mandatory, Industrial Arts. Savannah Brady, Science. Hayley Brennan, Music. Cash Brown, HSIE. Abby Callender, English, Geography and Music. Declan Castle, Computing Studies and Home Economics. Jade Chivers, Industrial Arts. Will Clancy, Computing Studies, PDHPE and Visual Arts. Sophie Clifton, Home Economics. Imogen Cook, Industrial Arts. Alicia Crabtree, Computing Studies and Visual Arts. Emerson Crabtree, Music and PDHPE. Curtis Cristani, English and PDHPE. Eden Crow, PDHPE. Charlie Cumming, Visual Arts. Evelyn Cusack, Computing Studies. Chelsea Dietrich Cullen, history, geography, and science. Chloe Diggle, computing studies, English, science, and industrial arts. Sienna Eager, industrial arts. Harvey Eden, computing studies. Cody Edson, industrial arts. Freya Elkington, science. Cooper Elliott, maths. Jessica Elliott, science. Alex Vakiti, computing studies. Jack Fonda, maths, PDHPE, science. Penelope Foot, maths. Lara Foran, computing studies, English, and home economics. Mia Foran, HSIE. Asha Jane Fordham, maths, home economics, and industrial arts. Tarly Fowler, visual arts. Duke Garnsey, HSIE, and PDHPE. Taj George, home economics. Amity Gibbs, industrial arts. William Giggy, industrial arts. Adam Hariri, computing studies and English. Francesca Headley, music and science. Sophie Healy, maths. Kobe Herbert, computing studies. Eleanor Howison, science, industrial arts. Jacob Hibbs, HSIE. Sienna Hubbard, home economics. Chase Hunter, PDHPE and home economics. Ricardo Ilanes, industrial arts. Sierra Iredale, Music, Home Economics and Visual Arts. Lincoln Jolly, English and Industrial Arts. Christian Cardi, English, Music, PDHPE. Allegra Katsikis, HSIE, Maths, Science and Visual Arts. Sienna King, English, HSIE, Music, PDHPE and Visual Arts. Tia Napton, Home Economics. Kataki Kohu, Science and Visual Arts. Joel Lambiris, Home Economics. Angus Liddell, Music. Annabelle Lundberg, English, HSIE and Music. Abigail McPhail, Computing Studies, Geography and Science. Zayma Lass, Home Economics and Industrial Arts. Aidan Malouf, HSIE. Tomislav Mandic, HSIE, Home Economics and Visual Arts. Ryan McAllister, Science. Resna McDonald, Industrial Arts. Sari McKee, Computing Studies, English and Industrial Arts. Lucy McClellan, English. Winter McParland, Maths and Music. Mukadze Mudimu, PDHPE and Visual Arts. Ruby Muir, Home Economics. Shay Murphy Holmes, Science. Kendi Nkube, PDHPE. Freya Nolan, Computing Studies and Visual Arts. Felicity O'Brien, HSIE, Music and Industrial Arts. Nate Page, Computing Studies. Charlie Parks, Maths, Home Economics. Cassandra Patterson, Music. Chelsea Pavitt, Computing Studies. Sophia Pavitt, English. Kane Pierce, Maths, PDHPE. Paige Penny, Science. Lachlan Peters, HSIE. Stella Pierce, HSIE, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Madison Pintley, Industrial Arts. Scarlett Piper, Home Economics. Owen Pollard, Music and Visual Arts. Jesse Polo, Visual Arts. Byron Rain, PDHPE. Alexander Reichstarter, Music, PDHPE and Visual Arts. Seamus Reynolds, English. Matt Richardson, Industrial Arts. Rose Richardson, HSIE and Industrial Arts. Gabrielle Roger, Music, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Sophie Sapsed, PDHPE. Ben Cigletano, Computing Studies. Marley Scott, Home Economics, Visual Arts. William Scott, Science. Taya Selden, PDHPE. Alexander Skapitis, Computing Studies, English, HSIE and Music. Abby Smith, Industrial Arts. Kira Stewart, Home Economics. Bhima Sutta, Computing Studies and Maths. Zane Tanner, Maths. Hayden Taylor, Computing Studies and Home Economics. Grace Thomas, Maths. Tyler Thurkettle, Industrial Arts. Emily Tomlinson, Computing Studies. Madalena van Geloven, English, Music, Science, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Casey Walker, Visual Arts. Lenny Webb, Visual Arts. Sienna Wellard, Maths. Elka Whitaker, English, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Marley Wilkinson, Visual Arts. Miller Wilson, PDHPE. Geordie Winter, Home Economics and Visual Arts. Kobe Wood, Home Economics. Please give a round of applause to all those Year 7 students.
I'd now like to welcome Jasmine and Sienna for a student performance.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me with these shoes and this apron. That place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything that I used to be, although it's true I was never attention, sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person that makes you believe it's true. And now I got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For the girl that I knew who'd be reckless just enough, who'd get hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by American love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes that's been gone, what used to be mine. What used to be mine. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
Thank you for that wonderful performance. We'll now have Year 8. Our announcer today is our Year 8 Year Advisor, Ms. Surinsu, and it's going to be presented by Deputy Principal, Ms. Lawson.
I'm proud to recognise the following Year 8 students for their dedication and application this year. Congratulations to all of you. Emily Aitken in English, Maths and PDHPE. Eden Atkins in Computing Studies. Ruby Austin, Japanese. Amira Azara, English. Gabriel Baderick, Maths, Music and PDHPE. Hayley Bambury, Drama, Maths and Science. Seth Barker, HSIE. Abby Bishop, Home Economics and Visual Arts. Cy Brown, Japanese, PDHPE, Home Economics, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Chloe Byrne, Industrial Arts. Cassandra Calvert, HSIE and Home Economics. Jack Charlton, Music. Phoenix Cole, HSIE, Maths and Visual Arts. Carter Collins, Maths, Home Economics, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Milo Collins, Computing Studies and Visual Arts. Oscar Copeland in Maths. Isaac Danby, Computing Studies, Maths, Science, Home Economics and Industrial Arts. Lily Deegan in English. Grace Dyer, English. Austin Elkington, English. Marley Fraser, PDHPE and Home Economics. Avalon Galea in Computing Studies, English, Japanese, PDHPE, Home Economics and Visual Arts. Naomi Garlick, Drama, English, HSIE and Science. Gypsy Gilbert, Computing Studies. Kate Green, Home Economics. Benjamin Greenrod, Maths, Music, PD, HPE. Amelia Gurin, Computing Studies and Visual Arts. Wilhelm Gustafsson, Drama and Music. Kobe Haggerty, HSIE. Ethan Hales, HSIE and Japanese. Amanda Hazelwood, Visual Arts. Tate Headley, Industrial Arts. Andrew Hennessy Clark, Computing Studies and Science. Erin Hepburn, Drama and HSIE. Amy Houston, HSIE. Jai Hibbert, HSIE, Maths and Music. Kai Hickson, Science. William Hoffman, Computing Studies. Sienna Horner, Drama, PDHPE, Science and Industrial Arts. Annabella Hodson-Jones, Computing Studies, English, PDHPE and Industrial Arts. Isabel Hutchinson, Japanese and Science. Summer Ibbotson, Visual Arts. Catherine Imlay, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Max Johnston, Science. Riel Julian, Computing Studies. Aisha Kamenyazovic, Computing Studies, English, Science and Industrial Arts. Christina Kavadis, Japanese, Home Economics and Visual Arts. Ryan Kokenis, Computing Studies, Drama, HSIE, Japanese and Visual Arts. Ian Crahill, Music. Emerson Lawler, Drama, English, Japanese, Music, Home Economics and Industrial Arts. Isla Lawson, English. Sophia Lennox, HSIE and Japanese. Zoe Lester, PDHPE and Science. Lavinia Lill, Computing Studies, PDHPE and Home Economics. Jelena McKay, HSIE, Science and Industrial Arts. Jet Mancuso, Geography and Industrial Arts. Lola Mora, Visual Arts. Tori McCann, Japanese. Willow Mackenzie Slavin, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Jasper McKinnon, English, Maths, Music, Science and Home Economics. Harry McQuaid, Computing Studies. Bianca Menzies, Japanese, Music and Industrial Arts. Leah Menzies, Computing Studies, HSIE, Maths and Industrial Arts. Asha Mudimu, Computing Studies, Drama, English, Japanese and Science. Caius Murdoch, Maths. Emily Murray, Visual Arts. Layla Mutapkix, Computer Studies and Industrial Arts. Morgan Nagy, Tech Mandatory. Olivia Nicholson, HSIE, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Samuel Numatiwalu, Drama, HSIE, PDHPE and Industrial Arts. Rico Leary, Computing Studies and Science. Kai Osborne, HSIE. Rex Palazzi, Music, PDHPE and Home Economics. Brooklyn Perevsky, Drama. Shani Parker, Visual Arts. Riley Pennington, Industrial Arts. Riley Petts, Japanese. Divya Pokharel, Visual Arts. Jasmine Rubin, English and HSIE. Neil Rocks, Maths, PDHPE and Industrial Arts. Chloe Sale, Music, Home Economics and Visual Arts. Angus Sampson, HSIE, Maths, PDHPE and Science. Dylan Skibberus, Japanese, Music, PDHPE, Visual Arts. Charlotte Scott, Drama and Music. Benjamin Shields, Computing Studies. Sophie Shields, Music. Jessica Shorten, Japanese and Visual Arts. Max Silcock, Music and Home Economics. Henry Smith, Music. Layla Smith, Home Economics. Fletcher Stage, Drama. Rome Southwell, Computing Studies and English. Leah Struve, English, Music, PDHPE. Kai Thatcher, Science. Charles Toll, Japanese. Bonnie Turner, Drama, Japanese and Maths. Tyler Vandenberg, Industrial Arts. Zoki Velkovsky, Home Economics and Industrial Arts. Ash Watson Steege, Drama, Home Economics, Industrial Arts and Visual Arts. Jade Watson Steege, English. Logan Watman, Science. Corbin White, Computing Studies, Drama, PDHPE and Visual Arts. Flynn Williams, Music. Jada Williams, Home Economics. Sunny Williams, Computing Studies. Jake Winter, Japanese Maths and Science. James Young, Drama, PDHPE. Please put your hands together for those Year 8 students.
I'd now like to welcome Miss Hill and Mr. Burnett to present the Year 9 awards.
It's a great honour to present the Year 9s their EDGE Awards for this year. Summer Anderson, Geography History. Jake Andrews, Mathematics. Coco Anslow, PDHPE. Indiana Anthony, English History and PDHPE. Eva Ash, Industrial Technology Multimedia. Lachlan Barley, Industrial Technology Multimedia. Jasmine Beckick, Mathematics. Coulter Bennett, Geography History. Josephine Burt, Mathematics. Laurie Bland, English. Jessica Blisserton, PDHPE. Alessandra Bold, Commerce and English. Sophie Burke, Visual Arts. Curtis Brambley, PDHPE. Luke Brennan, English, Geography, History, Industrial Technology, Multimedia. Jude Bridgewater, Science. Megan Bright, Science. Jasmine Brown, Commerce, Geography, History and PDHPE. Ella Bucci, English, Mathematics. Indiana Collis, Languages, Japanese. Tia Cook, Music. Thomas Cox, Physical Activity and Sports Studies. Jessica Dean, Geography, History, Languages and Japanese. Rosie Degnan, Geography, History, Physical Activity and Sports Studies. Aaron Dennett, English. Gemma Doyle, Industrial Technology, Timber. Madison Doyle, Geography, History, Industrial Technology, Timber and Mathematics. Kai Elliott, English, Industrial Technology, Multimedia and PDHPE. Caden Field, Commerce. Aidan Fielder, PDHPE. Ruby Glenn, Marine and Aquaculture Technology. Ida Godvic Dobson, English, Geography, History and Mathematics. Max Goyen, Science. Tan Guthrie, English, Geography, History, Mathematics and PDHPE. Taj Hawkins, Industrial Technology, Engineering. Eli Haynes Lovell, PDHPE. Cooper Higgins, Commerce, Geography, History and Science. Charlie Hunter, Dance and Marine. Christy Cannengeiser, English, PDHPE, Physical Activity and Sports Studies and Science. Aidan Kavanagh, PDHPE. Bailey Kerr, Industrial Technology, Timber and Science. Morgan Lee, Mathematics. Micah Lutzinger, PDHPE. Millie Macca, dance. Charlotte McGilray, mathematics. Indiana Mannon, PDHPE. Sienna Martin, English, Geography and History. Jordan McAllister, Geography, History, Industrial Technology, Engineering. Max McCarthy, Geography, History. Xavier McCormick Cutting, Mathematics. Lauren McKay, English, Food Technology and Geography. Cruz McKee, PDHPE. Matilda McFarlane, Mathematics. Elle Mercer, English, Food Technology. Charlie Mooney, English. Jai Morgan, Science. Shelley Morton, Music. Cooper Ollie, PDHPE. Eva Oslands, Food Technology and Science. Tiana Page, History, Mathematics. Flynn Pavitt, Geography, History. Tiana Philpott, Science. Billy Powell, English, Physical Activity and Sports Studies. Charlie Purcell, English, Geography, History, Mathematics and Science. Jasmine Ranabat, Commerce, PDHP and Science. Owen Riley, Marine and Aquaculture, Technology and Science. Alexander Robinson, Commerce and Mathematics. Finlay Rowland, Science. Harry Russell, Marine and Aquaculture, Technology and Science. Monique Saundry, Child Studies. Annette Sexton Chase, Visual Arts. Paris Shepherd Lawson, Child Studies. Lachlan Sinclair, Mathematics. Toby Smith, PDHPE. Anastasia Stambolia, Physical Activity and Sports Studies. Sarah Stanley Jones, Drama, Mathematics and Science. Josie Steege, Industrial Technology Engineering. Ava Stevens, English. Lucas Soanes, Stone Street Science. Tristan Turnbull, English, Industrial Technology Engineering. Misha Turner-Lawler, Mathematics. Braden Ward, Physical Activity and Sports Studies. Zach Wasty, Mathematics and Science. Ava Williams, Science. Indiana Wood, Food Technology and Geography. Alaya Yamaguchi, PDHPE. Could you please join me in congratulating those Year 9 students?
So that concludes the EDGE Assembly. I'd like to congratulate all the students one more time for their efforts. Besides that, we're going to wait for further instructions.